morning, good evening. Welcome to another edition of Desert Empire Vibe. I'm your host, as always, here every single week, Andrew Caravella, giving you the latest and the greatest in public figures, athletes, musicians. Did I say actors? No, I'm going to say actors. And pretty much anything that's entertainment worthy here in the Southern California region. Here tonight, Victorville, we got a really hot band here for you guys. You guys may have heard of people like Katy Perry and Justin Bieber and Lady Gaga. Well, guess what? That's not what we have tonight. We have aces and eights here with us, but we only have 3 of you guys actually here right now because our stage is only so big. So it's like aces and threes? Is that what we have here?
That works, yeah.
So Sue Ann,
yes.
right? Tommy,
yep.
And Dustin.
Yes.
Dustin. So you guys are, I believe you're the lead singer, correct?
Singer. Yes,
what do you
correct.
do, Tommy?
I'm the rhythm guitar player.
Rhythm guitar, okay.
Lead guitarist.
Lead guitarist, okay, all right. It's the A game. Is this the aces? These are the aces?
Don't tell the other guys that. Yeah.
Don't tell them.
Yeah, don't tell the other guys that.
They're deuces.
Yeah.
So that's great, cool. So you guys are, I believe, a southern, kind of like a southern rock kind of vibe, right?
Yeah, we play southern rock. We play classic rock. We have a couple curveballs. We do. We cover an Eminem song. We do a Michael Jackson song. So
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you guys do covers and you do original.
Yes, we do.
Very cool.
Yes, we do.
So let's talk about how this came to be. How did Aces and Eights even start? Because people that are watching from the Victorville, like they've seen you guys all over the place. So let's dig to the foundation here and tell us how this all came to be.
Well, it started about 10 years ago. I was in another band called Catfish. It was a popular band in Barstow. And we kind of, split apart, and I was working in Fort Irwin, and I just met Dustin. We kind of got the same job together. That's how I met him. And one day I was talking about my band, and he was all, "You got a band?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, I play guitar." And I didn't pay no mind to it at first. And then one day I brought my guitar into work, just messing around, and he grabbed it, and I couldn't believe it. So I was like, "So do you want to be in a band?" And then so next thing you know, we were playing together, and then there was another local band in town in Barstow. They broke up at the same time we did. So we kind of like joined forces together and basically created this band, Aces and Eights.
Why the name, Aces and Eights?
Well,
you guys like to gamble and go to Vegas every weekend?
Well, actually, we were sitting around at a bar, believe it or not, and we were originally called Trainwreck, and then we knew there was another band that was kind of famous that had that band name. So,
right, the Drops of Jupiter song.
Yeah, well, no, that was Train, but
I know.
But anyway, so what happened was we started talking, and there's this old trucker that came in, and he was from out of town, and he goes, there was a band that Slash used to be in called Aces and Eights, and we looked at each other like, you know what, that would be a really cool name, and so we kind of just took it from there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Dustin, what's your story? Because you have this accent thing, so I'm assuming you're not from California.
No, I'm from a small town in Missouri called Ava.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm from Ava, Missouri.
Ava, Missouri.
Yes.
Where's that?
It's about 60 miles from Springfield, which is the 3rd largest city in Missouri.
Okay. So your population was like, what, 8,000?
2,500.
2,500. My high school had 2,500 kids in it. What's it like growing up in a small town? Because people here in the Victorville, they tend to think this is small. Kids try to get out of here, but 2,500 is a little different than, think like 250,000 people, give or take.
Everyone knows everyone. Everyone waves. Like when you're driving through town and you see like the same people.
Do you hate that?
No, it's kind of nice because everyone's kind of looking out for you, and, if you get in trouble, locally, there's always, you got an uncle or someone,
Don't you guys have like those nosy neighbors, like from Bewitched
yes.
and stuff that
yes.
are just always looking at your business?
There's some people like that, but, it's just nice country folks.
Okay, all right. And you're from Barstow, I believe, right?
Yes, I am from Barstow.
All right.
Born and raised.
It's okay.
Actually.
That, and that is okay, Charlie.
Yeah, it is.
That is Tommy, that is okay.
It is.
Yeah, I was thinking Charlie because of the hat, Charlie
okay.
Chaplin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's resemblance is uncanny. So, and Sue Ann.
Yes.
Sue Ann. See, a name like that, you would think you were from his neck of the woods.
I was from the South.
But you're not.
No.
Where are you from?
I grew up down the hill in Paris.
In Paris.
Yeah.
Not France.
No, the ghetto Perris.
Yeah, we have one. We have a Paris in California.
Yes, we do.
What was that like growing up?
It was fine. It wasn't a huge town, but it wasn't a small town, and I mean that's just where I grew up. Nothing really special. And of course, as soon as I left, they got a Starbucks and they got a Sonic, and they really expanded.
Where's your Starbucks, Dustin? Back home. Like, where do I go in Ava to Starbucks?
Like, what's Starbucks?
I don't. To be honest with you, I haven't been there in like a really long time, like 10 years. So they might have one. If they do, I don't know about it. I don't know. I'll Facebook someone and ask them.
Sue-Ann, how did you come to be up here in the Victor Valley?
Well, when I graduated high school in 2002, my family moved up to Apple Valley.
Oh, okay.
And so I lived here for about a year, and then I moved away. I got married and moved away, and then I got divorced and moved back. So I've been here for a couple of years now. Yeah, it's where my family is. So.
Oh, very cool. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
So you guys do some cover songs, but you guys also do some originals,
we
right?
do, yeah.
Yeah. What's the first song that you guys are going to be doing for us? Because we're going to bring the other band members here on stage in a hot minute, rather. But I want to kind of set it up. So tell us what the first song is you guys are going to be performing here for us.
The first song is called "On the Road."
On the Road,
Yeah,
and that's an original, correct?
Yeah, me and Dustin wrote that about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, we were. I kind of came up with this lick, and then Tom's like, "Hey, man," he's like, "Do that again." And so then he wrote like the structure of the song and the lyrics, and we just kind of came together on it. We actually wrote it at our day jobs.
At your day jobs.
When we were supposed to be working.
Surprise! Tell us about On the Road. What's it about?
Basically, it's about
What inspired it?
Well, it's about basically, it's being on the road. It's being in a band, being a musician, all the temptations that happen, like when you're out on the road, you're playing shows, because...
I don't know what that means.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that can happen when you're out there playing all these different places, when you go even from the littlest bars to places like, when we play in Laughlin and stuff like that. So there's the temptations out there to do a lot of wrong things. And that's what On the Road is basically about.
Have you done wrong things, Tommy?
No, not at all. Not at all.
It's very good.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
So the other two members that are going to be joining you here in a minute, tell us who do we got?
We got Robert Goodman as our drummer.
Okay.
And Craig Hill is our bass player. Both of them are seasoned musicians. Robert's played all over the country.
Very
in
cool.
Professional bands. He's a phenomenal drummer. Everybody in the high desert knows who he is, in the music scene anyways. And he cut his chops down in Hollywood back in the whole Hollywood and Vine days. Craig's the same way.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, performing On the Road, Aces and Eights.
I had done
welcome back to Desert Empire Vibe. I'm your host, Andrew Caravella. Kicking us off for the second half of the show, Aces and Eights with Drunk Call. Take it away, guys.
It's a drunk call and I'm getting all excited. I'm all ears now, go ahead, don't fight it. Let's have a little talk, I don't care if it's 3:30. It's a drunk call and I'm getting all giddy. Don't let you tell me how I'm so pretty and how much you really, really do love me. It's a drunk call and I'm getting all excited. I'm all ears now, go ahead, don't fight it. Let's have a little talk, I don't care if it's 3:30.
Guys, that was pretty incredible. Drunk call. Drunk call. You guys don't normally do this acoustic thing, right? You guys are like electric, plugged in, ready to go and stuff. So
Yeah.
you guys handle pretty nicely. You guys just saying, you know, there is a demand for the coffee shop scene. So just know that. Any coffee shops, you know. Tell us about Drunk Call, because we came back from commercial, announced it, but we didn't actually get to talk about it. So tell us a little bit about Drunk Call.
So I wrote Drunk Call. I just thought one day that you know, it just happens so often where you get drunk and you just want to call someone. My brother, my younger
Oh,
brother.
I'm on the receiving end of that. I always get the drunk calls.
There you go. But I just always thought it was funny because my younger brother, always just classic him, and he'll get drunk and he'll be like, well, let's call this person and let's call this person, and we do, and it's kind of just, it's funny and it's fun, and it's just supposed to be a fun, you know, just feel good kind of song. Like, let's just
That's awesome.
have a good time.
What does Aces and Eights represent as a band? You know, I come to the local club or, you know, venue that you guys are at, and I'm seeing Aces and Eights. And yeah, you guys do Southern rock, but is there any more in-depth meaning behind the band, you know? Any symbols, anything that it represents?
Not, I don't know.
We're a very energetic band. We're really fun on stage. She gets the crowd involved.
Sue Ann's all over the
Yeah,
place.
she's all over the place. Very
she's
entertaining.
Yeah.
She's very entertaining. We get the crowd into it. Everybody has a good time at our shows. I have not seen anybody leave disappointed. Nobody ever tries to start fights at our shows. I mean, it's just a good, fun show that we put on.
Tell us some of the venues that you guys have played in the area.
In the area, we've played pretty much every local pub in the area. Pretty much, you know, from Barstow to Silver Lakes to, you know, here in Apple Valley, Victorville, Hesperia area. We've played all over the place.
Have you guys ever had a crazy fan that is like on the top of the list at any show you've ever done? And if so, what did they do?
I don't know if we can say that on
What about
TV.
what about most embarrassing moment on stage? You got one of those?
Most embarrassing moment.
Probably when one of us forgets either a line or, you know, because all of us, she's our lead singer, but we also, a couple of the guys, we sing, you know, a song here or there. So when we forget a line, that's the most embarrassing thing, because like if Dustin does it, he'll go it, and then he'll look at me and then I'll like try to mouth it, or vice versa. I'll mess up and I'll look at him and he'll tell me, you know, like try to like lip it to me, you know, and stuff like that. So basically that's pretty much the most embarrassing things that happen.
Now, aside from the area, you guys have actually done some stuff on the road. Laughlin.
Yep.
Where else have you guys ventured to as a band?
Well, we've played up in Fraser Park. As a matter of fact, we have a show coming up in Fraser Park. We've played down in Corona.
Okay.
We're getting ready to do in the fall. We're getting ready to go to Prim, the state line, and then we're going back to Laughlin again in a couple of weeks.
Have you ever played Lake Alice before?
No, we have not.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Lake Alice, let's get them. Some good stuff right here. Great stuff. So, okay, let's talk about your process now for writing songs. Every artist, every musician, every band is different. Me as a pop recording artist, and I always bring this up, but for all you new people, because they don't know this, I tend to like to listen to a catalog in a producer's computer. And when I find the track, I like to put that on replay and then start writing my verse, my hooks, my pre-hooks, my bridge. And it's different for everybody. How do you guys write your songs? Like, where do you get your inspiration from? And then how do you sit down and what is your process?
It comes differently. Yeah. Like, it could come from, like, one of us, me or Tom, or, you know, coming up with a riff, and then Sue Ann and Tom putting words to it. Or it could come from Sue Ann, like Drunk Call. She just came in and she said, hey, check out this song I wrote. She picked up the guitar and started playing it, and we just loved it, and that's how it...
Do you like when you play, like do you hum a melody and then put words to it, or do you just start with words and then sing to that?
It's different, and I think the way I approach it is kind of strange. It's almost
good.
Like,
let's hear it.
Well, no, it's not strange. It's just
napkins.
Not like gross or weird, but just it's almost like an essay format where I'll have an idea and I'll have like a title, or I'll have a foundation, something to start with, and then I'll just jot notes down, and I'll just kind of just whatever comes to mind, what I want to include in the song, and then I'll find a chord progression that I like and just kind of play along with that.
Sue Ann, that's strange.
It's just because I feel like a lot of people, a lot of people are I don't know. I just feel like it would come more naturally or more. Musically
Organic.
Or more, yeah. But me, it's really more straightforward, like almost like writing an essay.
Well, like recently, she came to us. She had these songs written, and she kind of like was singing it how she wanted it, and then me and Dustin figured out, you know, the chord progressions or put the music to it, and that's how we've been doing it.
Yeah.
You know, the last couple of songs we've been writing, which is different for us because before he would usually come up with the riff, and then I would just write lyrics around it. And she's done that too. He'd come up with the riff, and then she would write the lyrics.
I think Dustin's trying to talk.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
He's been trying for a while now.
Right now, what we're trying to do is lock ourselves into a room, and then just we're not coming out until we got a song.
Oh, well, lockout, yeah. That's a real thing, you know. We do that in LA.
Yeah.
The locks are on the outsides.
Yeah.
So, okay, so before we end the show, because we're not ending just yet, but for all of you that are into Aces and Eights and you love what they've done here tonight with On the Road and Drunk Call, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, how do we find you guys on social media and follow everything that you guys are doing as a band?
If you Google Aces and Eights High Desert, everything will come up. Our Facebook, our Twitter, Instagram, our Reverb Nation page, YouTube page, all that stuff will come up. If all you got to do is Google it.
Do you have any new songs in the pipe that we're waiting for? Like, you know, what's on the horizon?
We're working on those two new songs. One of them is called "Guess Who's Winning the Breakup."
Guess who's winning? Who is winning the breakup?
I'll give you a hint. It's not you.
And that's our show tonight. Guess who's winning the breakup?
Yeah, and the other one is "Work Hard, Play Harder."
I'm sorry, what?
Work hard, play harder.
Work hard, play harder. Okay.
Yeah.
And when can we expect this from Aces and Eights? Any release date yet?
Well,
Not yet. We're actually going in the studio to record an EP in November. Actually, the beginning of November. We're going to a studio down in LA, and we're going to put out 5 or 6 songs.
All right, nice EP.
Yep.
Any names yet for the EP? Or is that still up in the air?
Now that's something we're going to lock ourselves in a room, like
yes,
you said.
that's the lockout.
So no Facebook Live during the process?
No, not yet.
So how do you guys interact? Do you guys use social media to interact with your fans and stuff like that? Or do you guys not do the interaction thing?
We try as much as possible. Yeah.
Do you guys have, real quick here before we wrap the show, an inspiring story? Maybe a fan came to you guys and told you about one of your songs that you really, really enjoyed and loved, you know?
Actually, yes. Recently, a friend of ours that was in a band called Judge Jackson passed away. And we wrote a song for him, and we played it as a memorial. And the lead singer of the band, who was his best friend, came up to us, or he came to me and he said, "That was an amazing song. I love it. Can't wait for you guys, because we're going to that might be a song that we're going to record, and he wants to hear it." And
love it.
So it was to me, for him to come up and say that to me was really inspiring.
Awesome. Hey, that's all the time we have. Thank you for joining us tonight with Aces and Eights. I'm Victorville. We'll see you next time.